Hey everyone, Ryan here, and welcome to my review of the 2024 LEGO Star Wars Tantive, or Tantive V, I don't want to get all political now, 4, given set number 75376 with 654 pieces. This one comes in at an astounding $80. This might be really overpriced, and we're going to go over that in this review. The box art is pretty normal, however, it does celebrate the 25th anniversary of LEGO Star Wars, and we'll find a little something for that inside. It is part of the Starship collection, so MIDI scale has been removed. Not a big fan of changing the name. You had the history, you had the options to do things that aren't starships, but now we're stuck with Starship Collection. Opening up the box though, for a set that I felt like is relatively small, I was surprised to find 7 numbered bags. You'll also find a pretty sizable sticker sheet and an instruction manual, inside of which has a pretty good UCS style write-up about the Tantive. And then something new they're doing in the instructions of these Starship Collection sets. It seems like whenever there's an intentional Easter egg, instead of leaving it vague and up to you to discover, they explain exactly what it is. Yeah, it takes some of the fun of figuring it out for yourself away, but I think it's nice to have it in writing so that everyone gets it, even if you're not the most hardcore fan. Looking at those Easter eggs within the finished model, the first one is a micro C-3PO, R2-D2, and Princess Leia on the interior of the Tantive. This one you cannot see when the model is finished. It is also not accessible. There is no hatch that you can open to see this. You just have to break the set apart. The other Easter egg is visible in that one of the 8 escape pods is missing because R2-D2 and C-3PO have taken it down to the surface of Tatooine. Now, if you really want to overanalyze it, R2 and C-3PO are still on board, so it's a little weird that their escape pod is missing, but overall with Easter eggs like this, they are really fun. It's really cool that they thought to have one of the escape pods missing. It's really cool that they're including these micro versions of characters inside the ship. Even if you can't access them, it's just something fun that adds to the build experience. And with that out of the way, I can finally show you all the great detail, or maybe lack thereof, on this Tantive IV. The front end of the cockpit is unfortunately devoid of detail. I understand not wanting to put a sticker on these particular parts, but a print would have gone a long way. It's just so blank compared to what we've seen on previous LEGO sets, and more importantly, the source material. Things improve substantially on the side of the cockpit though, as a sticker adds a fair amount of detail and helps create that red stripe effect that we see on the cockpit of the Tantive. Behind the cockpit, we have our upper and lower twin turbo lasers. Both of these can be posed by hand to point in different directions. They also break off pretty easily, but this is no playset. The midsection is very sharp on this ship. There are very few, if any, gaps because they made use of a new piece underneath some of the panels. It just works really well. On top, we've got our 4 long-range laser turrets, but I didn't know these were also high-capacity escape pods. That's pretty cool. And then underneath there, we have our 7 escape pods with the 1 missing for C-3PO and R2-D2. The next area looks fine. It doesn't jump out at you like some of the other areas on the Tantive here. It's rather blank in comparison. But moving a little further back, we have the little hallway extensions for the airlock and docking for other ships, I suppose. Obviously not functional at this scale. Above that, we have the main sensor array. This also posable like some of the other things on the set. And then finally, we get to the heavy part of the set with its 11 engines at the back. I want to talk about the stickers here. These are a little distracting. I still don't understand why LEGO can't make the white of their stickers match the white of their bricks, but when you have this many large stickers on a model like this, it is definitely something that you are going to notice, and for $80, frankly, these should just be printed. Now, the engines otherwise are pretty nicely detailed. I mean, even the stickers are nicely detailed. The color is just off. I like the accurate use of some different colors in the engine area with the red and light gray that break up the otherwise all white design. I mean, I think it looks really good overall. I think it's really nice and sturdy. It's not going to break apart when you touch it, but I just keep coming back to those stickers being distracting, and for $80, it should be printed. Speaking of printed, the stand has a couple of printed items with the LEGO Star Wars Tantive IV tile, as well as a 25 years of LEGO Star Wars brick. Both of these look very nice and are very high quality, and when it comes to that 25 years of LEGO Star Wars brick, they actually include an additional grill piece where you can take the brick off, place the grill piece on, and it makes the stand look even cleaner. I think that's the optimal way to display this set, with both grill pieces, and of course, everyone's imagination will run wild and wish that sets like this would include figures. The last thing you really need to know is that the attachment point for the Tantive and the stand is pretty sturdy, as it uses Technic to make sure this thing won't be falling off, because it is pretty heavy on there, and the stand is the same design that we saw introduced with the Super Star Destroyer, so I'm very glad they're keeping some consistency there with what we have. Optionally, you can easily display it off of the stand, and it will sit flat on any flat surface. So should you buy this for $80? Not a chance. This thing is overpriced as all get out. The invisible hand here is $50. The Super Star Destroyer is $70. So the Tantive in the middle at $80 just looks like a ripoff. No price per piece, no price per gram, just the eye test. and it doesn't pass. I wouldn't say it's a complete stay away though. I just wouldn't recommend paying more than $65 for it. The last note I have on this set is that when pictures were revealed, myself and other fans didn't really love the way this set looked both in pictures and on its box art. And I gotta say, this is one of the few sets that I would go out there and say it really does look better than it does on the box. A lot of time, the picture's the picture. You kind of know what you're getting into. But when you have this in hand, I do think it is a much better looking and feeling product than it looks in some of the images online or even maybe in this video. I'm really happy with what I have in hand here. So let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. I'm going to slap an 8 out of 10 on it, mostly because of the price and the lack of the printed tiles on the engine area. If you guys enjoyed, hit the like button, and you can check out more LEGO Star Wars 2024 set reviews on the end screen now.